The first thing I want to say about suicide is that it is important to know that suicide is not a character flaw or a sign of weakness. It is not something that can be fully understood. By having this conversation, I want to first normalize having a conversation around losing a loved one to suicide. And two, I want to bring to light some thoughts, behaviors, and emotions that I experienced losing a loved one to suicide that I wish I had known. I hope this video can bring some clarity and comfort, sending you all big love. So this is a pretty heavy topic, but trust me, there's a positive. There's a silver lining to this. Just before we begin, please know that everyone deals with things differently, and everything I share is from my own experiences. I am not a trained professional in this area. If you do choose to implement what I've shared today, please do so at your own discretion. I have left some links below. Alright, let's get into it. Also, please bear in mind that this is in no particular order. This is just the way my mind flowed as I was writing this. The main question that consumed me was why. I have learnt that it is normal to play this question over and over in your head. We are wired to find answers, especially when traumatic things happen to us. And to be honest, there is no simple answer for this. The fact that this is so difficult to find answers for shows the complexity of a suicide loss. I learned to accept the unresolved answers in my heart, and I came to terms with the fact I had no control or power over it. I don't want to tell anyone what they should or shouldn't do, but if there's anything I can say about this, just be okay with not understanding the depth of the why. I wish I had a better answer for this, I really do. From my own experience, this helped me, and I hope it can help you also. I had to drill in my head that I could not have saved my brother. I had to keep repeating it over and over and over until I believed that. By searching for answers, I found this amazing book called The Gift by Dr. Edith Eger, which guides us towards self-reflection and growth toward being a better human being. And there's a passage that stuck out to me. By holding yourself responsible, you are seeking control. But as long as you continue to blame yourself, you are avoiding grief. You couldn't have done anything differently. What I did was think about all the things that weren't in my control and just let it be. I love this quote. If I knew then what I know now, I would have done things differently. And that was the end of that. Grieve what did or didn't happen. Own up to what you did and didn't do, and choose your response. At the end of the day, thinking about all the things that could happen won't bring them back. All you can do is embrace the opportunity to be more aware as a person, to act with greater kindness and compassion. You will never ever know what someone is facing behind closed doors. All you do have control over is how you show up in the world. This one was probably the hardest one for me to wrap my head around. People say grief lets you know that it is time to revisit your priorities in life. Reconnect to your joy, let go of all the little worries, and reevaluate everything. Well, I wish I knew this at the time. I was never the same again. I made the mistake of trying to keep everything the same. I carried on with my life, trying so hard to hold on to my normal. I later realized life will be far from normal. People also say time heals all wounds, but I disagree. Time does not heal all wounds. It is what you do with time. I became attached to pain, and it became my safe place. Many times I was looking for ways to cause it. Self-sabotage, toxic friendships and relationships, using those environments and situations as excuses to blame my pain on, instead of just being honest with myself and getting to the core of it all. I hid behind my job, over exercising, partying. I fed off negativity and toxicity and built my whole identity around that. I was going nowhere fast. I now know it is okay to change and it is safe to do so. In fact, it's admirable. Many do not take the chance to change. 7 years later, I finally walked out of my toxic job. I cut out friends that were causing more harm than good. I even distanced myself from some family members, and that is all okay. Don't get me wrong, changing your environment to protect your peace is not easy. Every time I walked away from familiar places and people, I felt like I was grieving all over again. But trust me, it is so worth it. So where am I now? I am in pure solitude. It's peaceful here, sometimes a little too peaceful. But finding this place has helped me create my own new blueprint and my own sense of worth. Anyone in my life now, or walking into it, has to be cooler than my solitude, my alone. They have to be my peaceful haven, or they do not need to be in it. Evolving is a bittersweet thing. Times will come when you no longer relate to people around you, and that's okay. Thank them for the beautiful moments, apologize when necessary, and wish them well on your way out. You are more resilient than you give yourself credit for. You will be okay. Back yourself 100% and don't be afraid to start again, even if it looks lonely. The only thing I regret over the last 9 years is not telling people to fuck off sooner. Give yourself permission to laugh again. It is okay to be happy. To laugh is to heal, and to heal means you are moving. Not necessarily moving on and forgetting. It just means you are still here, you are feeling, and you are alive. It enables us to find happiness and live despite our loss. Sometimes it feels like we are cheating on the dead or abandoning them when we are having too much fun and forgetting them when we are happy. Don't give grief that power. Just think, if your loved one was sitting with you right now, what would they say to you? That they would want you to be happy, to live a full life, to show up for your family and friends, and to love them hard? You will look back and remember the moment you decided to live and not be a victim of any circumstances. Think about the days, months, or even years spent with them. Cherish the memories that no one can take away. I had my brother for 18 beautiful years. There will never be another brother like him. There will never be another best friend like that. So cherish the person they are and the time you had, and don't waste another moment. This is an opportunity to start again. Get rid of anything and anyone that no longer serves you. We only have one life to live. You will never have another go. They will be with you in your heart, guiding you, and they will be so proud of everything that you do. Keep striving, do what you love, and I'll see you soon. With love, Toots.